Hello, welcome to the show. Today I've got two guests, the Chaos Train, which is Fadi Hussain, and the Gentle Giant, which is Jase. Both the guests today, we're going to be discussing a few different topics, how to grow your fitness business, TRT within the fitness space and how it should be implemented and different opinions of that. And also, we're going to be talking about their background of both of them working on the doors and how they've grown their fitness businesses and what skills they transferred from their very early jobs to now. Jase, Fadi, you've both now introduced to each other. You've now got to know each other, but there's similarities between you guys, and you're very different. Similarity.
Caramel skin.
Caramel skin. You both have fast-growing fitness businesses online, and you're starting. What's your first job?
Oh, my first job. It depends how far back you want to go.
But
I used to work security. I used to work the doors.
Yeah.
And
doors.
you've both worked doors. And about your characters, you're both very assertive in a positive way. You're dominant. You know about your business, but you go about it in a very kind, authentic way. So, is there something that the doors taught you that you think that's now carried forward from my later life?
Oh, do you want to start, Jase?
Just being able to read people, understand people, and it's so crazy. It sounds like on a door, understand people's intention. Do you know what I mean? Because when you work on the door, you can sort of tell someone's aura and tell someone's intention, and you can read, a serious character, a laid back character, the joker in the crowd. So, I think there's a lot of the people, I believe, with fast growing businesses, they just understand how to read people and communicate with people.
Yeah.
So I think he's got it in one there. But I was going to say, you become a body language expert. Yeah. Not just good, you become an expert at body language. And there's also another thing to it as well, the females. I'll explain why. Because when you're working the door, not so much now, I look at it now and I think, that was actually a thing back then, that people, doormen were seen as an authoritative figure on a night out. But the females were like, oh, I know the doorman. Or if your mate knew the doorman, it was like, yo, I know that guy.
It's a big thing,
it's almost like a local celebrity kind of figure, because everybody knows you, especially the doors I used to work on in the middle of Sheffield. It was on a main street, and thousands, literally hundreds of thousands of people are walking past that street on any Friday, Saturday night. At least 50,000 people are in the city centre. Yeah. That's what was predicted. Some of the nightclubs in Sheffield were, 3,000-4,000 nightclubs that, one dance floor. We were the biggest in the UK at the time. I don't know if you heard about Sheffield. Had a good nightclub scene back in the days. So when you speak to women, first of all, rejection's great. It's amazing because you realise it's nothing. So that's the one main thing. When you start speaking to women and you get rejected, you think, is that all rejection is?
Yeah.
That's it. It hurts for like 0.2 seconds and then you're done. You don't have to hold on to things. So also you get to learn body language. Main thing is body language. When a fight's going to start, when it's going to kick off, who's willing to fight, who's not willing to fight. And it's not what the average person out there thinks it is. Back in the days, if you go to the stereotype and say, this guy's got tattoos, bald head, he's going to be more on it. And this guy is a teacher who's out on Mad Friday. And I know who's going to fight, not the bald head guy with the tattoos.
Yeah, the teacher.
It's the guy who's never normally in that situation.
Yeah, 100%.
So to the untrained eye, stereotypes are completely wrong. Same with females as well. Same with females. The females you think are going to start or you think they're going to stop the arguments, they're the ones causing the shit. So, like I said, you don't just become good at reading body language, you become an absolute expert at it. So that's definitely, also how to control a situation, how to control a crowd, how to manipulate certain people to walk them around the ear. But you yourself become like an expert at every single thing
100%.
in that. Yeah. So, and then, another thing as well to make a point about, working the doors and speaking, conversating with people, you become very good at it because you could be speaking to, within 1 hour, 30 people could come up to you.
It's simply like, even with male, female clients, like if you work with changing your tone of voice.
Big time.
There's a difference between a male who doesn't stick to that and a female who doesn't stick to that. You approach the conversation different.
So how would you approach it differently?
Listen, with females, you take a bit more caution and care. With men, naturally, you can be a bit more firm, depending on the male's character, depending on their goals. If I have a lifestyle client, Jase had the weekend after that, hey, absolutely fine, get back on it. If I had a competitor, slack of that, you might want to cop the fuck on because you got to show. Do you know what I mean? It's a very different when the goals are different. If a female competitor or not skips on the dart, I just explain, hey, we've got a bigger picture at hand. We want to get here. I'm a bit more mindful, and I think that is where it comes down to reading people and their goals as well.
And the lens I look from is very much sales lens, because I worked in call centers growing up. So I was like just a guy on behind a call center using my tone of voice in a very different way, and how I'm steering my tone of voice to pause at the right time or steer the conversation through different times and maybe try to close them. And depending on the different type of customer, if they're of an elderly age, I'm going to talk in a very different tone to how I'm going to talk to someone very young. So did you use tone of voice?
Yeah, well, with my clients now, I'm assuming it's the same with you, Jase. I don't get to see who they are first. Majority of the guys who contact me are through maybe a private account. I'm not going to follow every single person who inquires. So especially with Facebook, I don't really have the time to look at the picture of their dogs and find out who the guy is. You know, there's only a picture of 2 kids. Hi, mate, I'm interested in joining. You know, I'm just going to say, okay, this is it. This is the price. This is the, you know, let's book in consultation call. And when you speak to that guy, you have to be very skillful within the first 10, 20 seconds where this conversation's heading. 100%. First of all, who you're speaking to, the tone of voice you need to speak to this guy. Because if you get that right, and you make that other person feel comfortable, you've got it.
Yeah, you build trust before you sell.
Yeah.
It's about building trust. Like, no one's going to give their money to a stranger. You build trust before you sell.
Yeah. I grew up in like a sales training environment. So in my working career, I've trained so many salespeople, and I've seen both of your styles selling, and it's not really selling, it's talking very assertive and direct. When someone's messaging the DMs you've shown me, and it's like very direct, this is the option, this is what I'm doing. And it's the exact same as you.
Yeah, and then
this is the one option, and this is what you're doing.
But once they take you serious and say that's the option I want, and then you can't open your arms to everyone.
But I also think, Jase, you know, I don't know whether you've been down this road. I certainly have. Luckily for me, I have this motto: fail fast. I got it from Gary Vee. You know, and it's good. It's a good thing, fail fast, because that just means you're not stuck with the bullshit too long. Yeah. So I did all the someone's inquiring, someone makes an inquiry. What are you after? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. And you're wasting your time on somebody who's not really committed. So this is why now you see my things now and you think, oh, he's very assertive. I wasn't like that at the start. You get to learn that over time. The more inquiries you come through, the more you think, okay, hang on a minute. I can't be spending 10 minutes replying to every single person. I haven't got enough time. I haven't got enough 10 minutes in the day to reply to every single person that comes through. And then there's a conversation back and forwards. By that time, it's half an hour of your time, an hour of your time, and this guy's walking away with a little bit of advice.
Once he's interested, you then open your arms out. Like, I don't give no one a consult until I've got them on WhatsApp, or, you know, they've discussed price before the consult.
But would you, if someone's a new online coach and they have all the time in the world, your time is limited.
Yeah, if you're a new online coach, break your back to do what you need to do. Ultimately, as you get busier, this is why people hire stuff, because your time is now spent doing the priority task. And in my opinion, as an online coach, your consult calls, you know, they're priority to income, but they're not priority to getting you results, if that makes sense. That's why you say, like, I know online coaches are like, yeah, my missus does my calls or whatever, but you just have to filter out that process and get direct. Like, I'm very direct, but once you are interested, then I'll open my arms.
So if I could just spend 2 minutes understanding the way you interact. So someone follows you, they then spend time consuming your data or consuming your posts. Then they usually message you, or what's the process?
Yeah. The client always approaches.
I want to understand the customer journey.
So typically, I say a client, I might be wrong, before they inquire, follows you for 6 to 8 months. And I always say the reason your content and your message is important, they follow you, you put out that message, put out that message, put out that message. If you stop putting out their message, they look at the next person putting out that message. But because you're so consistent in your content, they're constantly looking. And it just takes one day. It takes a day where they're feeling demotivated, due to something, and it clicks. And typically I say, you know, how long you been following me? 9 times out of 10, it's 6 to 8 months. And then they'll most likely inquire. Hey, Jase, I want to do online coaching. The first thing I do, I said last time, I get them off Instagram and get them on WhatsApp, because I can message The Rock on Instagram. I can't message him on WhatsApp because it's not personable. Get them on WhatsApp, fill out the consult form. If they have now got time to fill out the consult form and send images, they're half serious. Then typically I'll discuss my services. This is where I say to a lot of the coaches, you don't always have to do a consult call, if that makes sense. If you've gathered a lot of data, what I would do is reply with a pre-made loom which says, these are all my services. If I've showed you how much value I can add to you and that's not enough, I might not be the coach for you. And I don't want a hard sell to you, but someone else can. So if I've shown you, how my diets work, how many check-ins you get a week, because that's all I'm going to do on the consult call. And then typically, recently I've started to do consult calls because I'm just trying different methods. And then I'll get them on a consult call and see where they are. And then that's when the sale or we close the deal.
Very similar for you in the beginning, where if you remember, you were getting messages and then you were like copying and pasting messages. Then you made a video and then you would send a video reply. And that really worked well for you.
The video was a game changer. I made a video once. It was a very ill-scripted, 6-minute long Instagram post video. This was way back. I started doing content in July. So this video was in April. I was in Turkey at the time. I'd just come back from Thailand, which is when the business grew.
Yeah.
So I started in January last year. I was in Thailand around end of February, and I noticed a massive shift. I went from like almost touching 50 clients. I was almost there. I was just on the cusp of it. Within the space of 2 months, I think that's pretty decent for a new.
I'll help like friends and 50 clients normally takes probably 6 to 8 months to get.
Okay, so I was there, very close to it.
Yeah.
And I just needed to, because so many people are coming through the DMs now. So I'm thinking, how do I speak to everybody and tell them every single thing that I'm doing that other coaches aren't? Because my approach was very different to dieting and stuff, and we can get into that later, but I don't do the whole calorie counting. I'm not your bodybuilding guy. I'm not your bodybuilding coach. I can get you in shape, but I'm the guy, the lifestyle guy. If you want to eat Nando's every single day, I can put you on the diet. If you want to go to the Turkish grill and you're a doctor and you're very busy and the Turkish grill is across road your clinic, I'm going to get you to lose 35 kilo in 6 months. I'm going to tell you how to do that while eating Turkish food every single day. And that's what I've done. These are the results that I've achieved.
Yeah.
So in order for me to speak to these guys individually, it was very hard. So I made this one video. Like I said, it was very ill-scripted. Did it 6 minutes. Any inquiry came through after that, all I did was I sent them this video. And as soon as I sent the video, in the end of the video, I said, if you want the bank details, let me know. Inboxes were coming back, send bank details. And I was like, holy shit, this is a sick video.
Yeah, because the video is it's more personable, isn't it?
You know, another thing as well, nowadays, if somebody, I mean, you must get it loads as well. Certain people inquire. I'll do this little hook every so often. I'll chuck out a little bit of bait. I'll say something sensationalistic. Always, it has to be with me. It's just the way.
Give us an example.
Well, are you still fat? Do you still feel like a fat piece of shit? Let me help you. Inbox me the words fat. Literally, I will say that. So they'll inbox the words fat, and then I will obviously just chuck them a little, and that's how I do it now. But sorry, I forgot my train of thought there. What I was trying to say.
Your favorite one that I've heard you say is "Save Me."
Yeah, save me. So save me was
DM me, save me.
Yeah, save me. Yeah, because I went down the whole thing of like majority of people the clients that were coming to me were like, I'm counting calories, I'm eating 6 times a day. And I'm a dentist. I can only eat twice a day. I'm like,
yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Which guy's putting you on 6 meals a day?
Make sense.
You're not a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
You're at least 25 stone overweight. You should not be eating 6 meals a day.
Even if you do 4 a day, you're in a good spot.
Doesn't matter. You could do 2 a day, 3 a day, whatever it is. So I was one of those. I'm those kind of coaches.
Yeah.
So I literally put all this list of things that they might think, shit, I am counting calories. Shit, I am eating 6 times a day. I haven't got much of a libido. I am feeling a little bit tired. I can't get to sleep. And then DM me the word save me.
Yeah.
And that was my thing, So they DM me. And then obviously I'd send them the video. They'd watch the video. Or what I would do is, for some people that would just send me the one-word answer, it'd be an easy reply with a video. For those guys who would send me, okay, I'm 6'1", I weigh 118 kilo, I took test and DECA back in the days, I've got 6 kids, my missus... People give you a whole life story before you even know them.
Yeah.
So to those guys, what I do is I leave them a voice note. And every time I've left a voice note, and I always make it within 1 minute because Instagram's always the 1 minute voice note, they come back and 90% of those guys are my clients. Because they hear that voice note and think, wow, this guy took the time out.
He's giving me a bit of
time. And I'll tell you this now, you're probably the same. I find it easier to leave voice notes than I do to text.
Yeah, 100%.
So when I'm driving or I'm out and about, I know, guys, if you are watching this, when you're driving, don't be leaving voice notes. But if you're skillful, you should be able to do it. Now, I leave the voice notes, that person automatically, and most of them, you know what they say? Oh, I didn't expect to reply in a voice note.
Yeah,
they feel really honoured. They feel really honoured.
You're good with voice notes.
Yeah. I do it. I did it yesterday. I'm just gonna voice note you because everything right now seems with online. It seems automated, man.
And with me, one thing with me is speed. You gotta be fast.
You gotta be sharp.
I don't waste time with nobody. I ain't gotta mess about. If I can sign someone up if someone texts me back I sleep late sometimes. You know, I'll sleep at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
You never
some days.
leave it to the morning. I got a rule of thumb: if they message you, they message 3 other coaches.
Well, this is the thing I see. So literally, no joke. I've signed someone up 2:30 in the morning, about to get to sleep. Always checking my phone before I go to bed. I'm not one of those that leave it in the shower or leave it in the bathroom so I don't have to check it. Listen, I want to wake up looking at my phone with one eye shut like this. That's me, right?
That's me, yeah.
So when I pick that phone up before I go to sleep, I'll check my messages one last time. Someone texts me 2:30 a.m. Okay, I'm going to reply.
Yeah.
Most people would think 2:30 a.m. Why should I reply? He's going to think I've got no life.
Funny,
I've got no life, bro. I'm going to reply to you at 2:30 a.m.
I got a client on the roster and I send out a broadcast every week. And
I need to get on that.
And it comes back and it says, hey, my working hours are between 9 and 5. I'll get back to you when I can. And I look at this. I look at this and I say, who the fuck is that guy? Then I look at this and I'm like, you're an online coach and your hours are 9 to 5. You're not an online coach. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me. Listen, I'm not saying at 1 a.m. you got to reply, but at 9 o'clock, if a client messages you at 6 and they're on the way to the office job, Jase, I've got no oats, what should I eat? They're going to wait till 9 for a reply. It's about being shit hot and on the ball. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
A good mentor taught me a long time ago, speed of execution. And that term means as soon as you have a task, get it done straight away.
Get it done.
If I delay 10 5-minute tasks till the end of the week, they're never going to get done. Yeah. And everyone, that's pissing 10 different people off. So I'm going to get every task done straight away. So if you message me, people always comment and say, you reply so quick. Just because I don't want to leave it.
Nav said it yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He came in, like he's a patient at my sports rehab clinic. And he said, as soon as I message you, reply straight away. Because I want to go. I don't want to have a message sat in my inbox. You go on my WhatsApp, every message is read.
Yeah.
People do that. I mean, he'll tell you, I don't let something ring more than 3 times. Yeah. If I hear his phone ringing and it's in my hand, I'm not going to act cool and act like the phone wasn't. I've seen people do this. I've been out with people and the phone's ringing while they're on the phone in their hand and they'll leave it to ring 3-4 times. Why? Just answer. Someone's calling you to get hold of you, answer the phone. It's not a contest of who's busy and who's not. No one's going to answer, well, mate, I was really busy there, but I answered your call. Bro, just if you're there, just answer the call. Yeah. People do the most ridiculous things that are pushing them back in business. They just don't want to do it.
It's just like, it's just about being shit hot.
It is, yeah.
Like I say it to you, I've been places like, mate, I fly to Dubai. The first thing I'm saying, babe, sorry, I got to get on the Wi-Fi. Yeah, oh, babe, have a 7-hour flight. Now I've got to get on the Wi-Fi. Yeah, because if that client knows he's on a flight and he's replying to, do you know what does piss me off? Doesn't piss me off. I'm in Thailand. Hey, bro, enjoy your holiday. I'm like, no, I'm still working. Like, message me. I'm not on holiday. I'm still working. Because if I don't work,
I get that.
I'm going crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, hey, bro, enjoy your holiday. And it annoys me. And I reply, hey, bro, I'm on holiday, but I'm not on holiday. Do you know what I mean? I'm just in a different scenery. Like, I went to Dubai last week. Yeah, you're in Dubai. Enjoy your holiday. So I'm not on holiday, mate. Like, crack on.
I have to say to my clients when they say, oh, enjoy your holiday, when they eventually, they're just being nice sometimes. Sometimes they're being nice. Yeah. They'll say, enjoy your holiday. I'm like, listen, you still pay me. I work for you, bro.
I work, bro. You
need to text me. Don't just think because I'm away. And I tell people, listen, I'm away. When I'm away, I don't go away for a week or two. Okay, we went recently just away for a couple of days, but majority of the time, it's a month, 2 months. So don't think that I'm going to enjoy a month holiday. That's just work. It's a different environment, and it's work for me. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's as simple as. So enjoyment, you can kind of do both at the same time. When you're getting paid by somebody, and one thing that is kind of like my pet hate for some clients, for some coaches, when they're flying somewhere and they'll write, oh, can everybody DM me, please? Or I'm going to be on, bro, listen, if I'm catching a plane to, let's say, Thailand, and I have to stop off in Dubai, I don't tell people I'm stopping off in Dubai. I'll get to Dubai and I'll answer. I'll reply.
You crack on.
You can get a Wi-Fi anywhere in the world, right?
Anywhere.
You
anywhere
can
get it
in
on
the Emirates. And what? You're away from your phone 6 hours, 9 hours. Yeah. That's it. Then you're back on the plane. You get to the next destination. Soon as I land, I literally, as I'm walking off that plane, my phone is out. And I'm trying to connect to the Wi-Fi. If I've got the SIM card of that country, I'm on it anyway. On the plane, I'm on the plane. As soon as the plane's landed, I'm looking if I've got a signal. 100%. You have to be like that.
And there is a thing. If you're an entrepreneur, you're never switching off. It's not a 9 to 5. The reason why you walk away from a salaried job, like I've done, to go for an entrepreneur and work for myself is because I don't mind working outside the hours. So if I'm speaking to an online coach or a gym owner and they're telling me, I want to work set hours. No, you own a business. There is a point where you can get to a certain amount of success and you can hire people and you switch off, you're with your family.
But
I don't think any of us at the level, in a good way, I don't think we're not at the level where we can switch off yet. We are still chasing.
I don't want to switch
Same.
off.
I don't want to. Jace, you might get this a lot. Videographers.
Yeah.
You know, you hire a lot of videographers and stuff. I've not got many, but I do hire a fair share. I feel they're one of the most laziest people in the world, in the profession. And I'll tell you why. And I'm going to tell you why.
All right.
Go on.
I paid for a video last Thursday. I'm just waiting for him still.
Oh, there you go. See? Point proven.
What's the excuse? What's the
right,
common
so
excuse?
one of the first guys I hired, he said to me, we arranged times.
Sorry, and to interrupt, like I filmed like Thursday, the reels or whatever, and he said, I'm not that busy at the minute. We'll get it done ASAP.
But he's busy now.
Yeah.
So, and I'll tell you why. Because when you go to the camera shop, the top of the range camera is half price. Or not half price, but it's someone's traded it in.
Yeah.
Because they tried it, they didn't like it, they realised it was too much work. So when I go back to videographers, one of the first guys that I hired, I was making an online course. I have a website, FadiHussain.com, if you guys want to please check it out. Programs are available right now. And so I was making a program, and this was just, you can go on there. You don't want to pay the full price for the month. You can go on there, and you just get like a cookie cutter plan of everything, training, diet, the works. It's a very good plan, and it does work. Anyway, the guy said to me, Thursday's my day off. I said, what do you mean day off, bro? I don't do nothing Thursday. I says, but so what are you doing on Thursday? He says, nothing. I said, but how old are you? And he says, 26. I said, you're 26 years old, and you're telling me you can afford to take a day. I said, are you a millionaire? He goes, no. I said, well, I paid you 150 quid the other day. To run around with me for the day. So clearly you need the money.
Yeah.
And you want to take a day off on a Thursday. £150 a day is your rate. You want to take a day off on a Thursday.
Mental.
Bro, at 26, I was working 8 days a week.
Yeah, 100%.
25 hours a day I was working. And this guy wanted to take a day off on a Thursday. Guess what that guy's doing right now?
Working.
He's not taking no more days off, is he? Because he's got to pay mortgages, got bills to pay.
Yeah.
I don't understand the mentality of these guys.
Days off. Yeah, when I saw the broadcast 9 to 5, I wanted to measure. I said, listen, that's the way you run your business. It's the way you run your business, man. And listen, I'm not saying not everyone has to stay up to 1 a.m. Obviously, I stay up late. I might watch UFC or something. I was in Creed. I was in the cinema watching Creed. I'm like, yeah, man. Looking, Mrs. looking over, I'm like, yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's just the way it is. Like you get, and that's the difference between a leisure coach and someone who does it full time. Is it becomes second nature.
Or would I say the difference between a successful coach and a non-successful coach? Would you say that is right?
No, because there's many successful coaches that still put half-ass effort in. What do you think? Some of these coaches, the biggest influence, blue ticks that sell the $4.99 plan. Some of them are successful coaches, and they don't they don't do the work. So I wouldn't put it down to that making you a successful coach.
But then that links to their coaching service, their delivery.
Yeah.
You can kind of connect to it. How long is that business going to last if you keep delivering such a poor quality product?
Yeah.
Obviously, eventually, the goal is, like for my business, is to get to a membership platform where people can go onto and they have everything there for them. So then that kind of gives me more time to deal with bigger issues or like other
bigger
clients.
clientele, probably.
Yeah.
Bigger clientele.
Yeah, so I want to deal with bigger clientele.
It's simple. Why do coaches have coaches? Because, I need to deal with a higher price clientele.
Yeah.
It's just the way it works.
And just to move on to something separate, away from the business topic, you're both advocates of TRT, but you go about it in a different way, or actually you might go about it the same way. So I just want to get your opinions, Jase.
I actually had a combo yesterday with the client that was a dentist, and he actually sat down 35. He said, I want to go on TRT. And I just said, I think you're too young. And I might be wrong there, but I do think, correct me if I'm wrong, this whole TRT space has come out within the last 24 months. The GH space come out in the last 24 months, and everyone's doing GH. I think now the TRT space has come about. It's all of a sudden, I think I need TRT because it's socially cool. It's socially acceptable now. It's like 20 years ago, smoking weed was demonized. Now you can get gummies. It's socially acceptable. And I think the more things are in the public eye, they become socially acceptable. So that client at 35, I said, I don't think you need TRT. And you was there and said, I don't think you need TRT. I think you think it's socially acceptable without checking if you need TRT.
So who does need it?
Check your bloods.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I think it's because it's socially acceptable, more people think they need it than who actually need it.
So my thing, pretty much what you said in the last sentence there, you need TRT if you need TRT.
Yeah.
That's it. So I don't care how old you are, for me personally. If you're 21-year-old, it doesn't matter to me. If you go and get your bloods done and you can prove to me and show me your blood test.
Under 15 nanomoles or whatever.
Whatever it is. And if you see, well, that range I normally look at is like, it has to be under 29 or in between there. Because what's happened in the recent years, I don't know if you know. And again, I'm no scientist, so don't quote me on this. This is what I've heard from other professionals. That in the past 50 years, they have halved the normal recommended, the normal allowance used to be, let's just say for argument's sake, it was 100.
Yeah.
Now,
it's 50.
The new normal is 50.
Yeah.
But the difference is the new normal is not getting up and working 6 days a week. Is not doing six cardio sessions a day.
Yeah.
Is not, having sex 5 days a week. Is not taking his kids out for a run every single morning. Is not, and I'm an active guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a normal. You cannot compare me to a guy who sits at home on PlayStation 5 playing God of War for 6 hours a day, eating pizzas every single day.
Incomparable.
So if you're going to say to me, if you're going to put me in the same group as him, I'm not going to listen to your advice. I'm not going to say, okay, so what's the recommended allowance at the minute for TRT? Oh, it's this much. Why? Based on what? Based on every male today.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm not every male then.
It's a physical expenditure as well that you're doing.
Jase, you go out. Let's go out right now, yeah? Any beach in the world. Pick Venice Beach, Gold, wherever you want to go. LA. Let's go stand on the beach. I'm going to be in the top 1%.
Yeah, 100%.
1%. I'm not talking 2%. I'm talking 1%.
Yeah,
top 1% in the beach. Any beach in the world at any day. Any day of the year. And you want to tell me that I should follow the guidelines that they've given me? And who are the people that set this guideline? So for me, it's like, first of all, you come to me. Let's see your bloods.
Yeah.
If I look at their bloods and I think, okay, it's lower than what it should be. Okay, I normally look around about a 30.
So
any lower than that.
You would even prescribe TRT in the lower range of the natural.
Of the natural,
okay, just to get them, just like in
to give
the
them
upper
that
range.
boost.
Okay, yeah.
And then I tell them, okay, first of all, fertility is an issue, blood pressure is an issue, insulin sensitivity is an issue, gyno is an issue, estrogen is an issue. So these are the problems that we're going to encounter. But we're going to do it with very low dose. And if we do encounter those issues, this is how we combat all that. So you can't come to me at 45% body fat and say, is TRT going to benefit me? Yes, it will.
Yeah.
But let's get everything else done first. So I've got clients recently signed up, and one of them was really heavy. He was about 145 kilo. And I said, listen, he came on board because of the TRT video. He saw the TRT and said, oh, you do TRT all year round.
It's not a magic. Get the calorie deficit first. It's not the magic fix, because ultimately, even using TRT, you're going to hold a bit of water. So
exactly.
You're going to get heavier in the first 10 to 14 days and say, Fadi, I've got heavier. Yeah. When you could have got lighter. And do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I get guys do that. Hey, bro, I want to start to, and genuinely with the guys, and 9 times out of 10, I'm like, no, you don't need TRT. You
I think the main thing as well, Jase, is the dosage.
Yeah.
A lot of people a lot of guys inbox me and say, I'm on 1 mil of tren. Is that okay? I'm like, bro, that doesn't mean, that's not TRT for the start. Your body doesn't produce tren. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? Your body doesn't produce, but it's testosterone, but it's not the right base of testosterone.
It's TRT sports mode.
You know, it literally is. It literally is sports mode. So you've got to know your client again, like I said. And what I'll say to them first is, are they committed? Can they at least diet? Do they know how to make smart choices? Like with me, my diet, I wouldn't say it's a flexible diet, or I don't count calories or anything like that.
It's about being more food conscious.
That's the main thing for me. That's the main thing for me, because that way it appeals to everybody.
The masses,
And look, here's my thing. I eat out every single day, 3 times a day. That's just what I do. Yeah. You've just seen me now outside, whatever. I didn't look at, I can't have that. I'm dieting like Hussain, everyone's got to say.
I'm just trying to get lean. I don't have these
Everyone has different genetics. Everyone has different genetics,
I'm quite genetically lucky,
Exactly. So, genetically, I'm super strong compared to most guys my size or my age. When I was powerlifting, guys weren't that strong. Under 100 kilo, I was doing everybody. I was deadlifting 300 kilo for reps. Under 100 kilo. Guys weren't doing that. I don't think guys are doing that now in the gym.
Yeah.
And they're talking about biomechanics and all this kind of shit. But point I'm trying to say is, TRT is, I think everyone can benefit from it if you do it in the correct dose. Yeah. But you need the right guidance. So 100%. I always say to people, book me in for a consultation course, or maybe get some coaching off me, and I can monitor it, because I know how to combat these side effects if they come
100%,
up. If they come up. If you're thinking inbox me once and say, this is what I say to a lot of people, and they'll inbox me, bro, I'm taking the SUS 1 mil a week, is this okay? Bro, I don't know nothing about you. I don't know your age. I don't know how you look. I don't know how you're training. I don't know how you're eating. I don't know your situation. There's so many variables that go into it. You can't just, and I say to them, look, bro, I can't just blanket statement and say, yeah, this is okay for you. If you think it's okay for you, do it. If you want coaching by a professional, hire me.
Yeah.
And we will go over absolutely every variable.
Then it makes sense.
And
yeah.
you know what I say to people? One of my coaching questions is, who do you live with? And people are like, oh, no one's ever asked me that. I need to know who you live with. How many kids are in the house? Have you got a girlfriend? Have you got a wife? Does your mum cook? I need to know where you are in life. That's how, pinpoint accuracy I am with my clients. Most guys, I don't say to my clients,
because then you're like, kids, sleep might be shit. Mum's cooking, he might deviate off the diet.
And then I know to say, okay, so what are you doing at the weekends? Nothing. All right, I'll tell you what. Then we'll have a relaxed Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It's funny. This I got on a consult last night. He actually just signed up then, and I only started consults, and I dug in and I said, African guy. He said, obviously I know the culture. I'm half Nigerian, so I said, does your missus do your cooking? And I said, well, let's keep the family happy. Let's have an off plan on a Wednesday, home cooked meal, and let's have an off plan on a Saturday to keep the family home happy, because I know he lives with his missus and their culture. They like to cook and stuff like that. And that is accommodating to that individual's need and understanding the culture. And like, I feel like a lot of coaching now forget. Listen, if that was a competitor having a different story, this is a guy, he goes out, he drink. What should I drink on the weekend? Well, I said, typically they drink Guinness. I said, you're not going to have Guinness. And then it's just sort of clawing back without going too crazy. Like Nigerians, they eat a lot of chicken with like peanut stew. Peanuts, the fat's insane. So I said, well, you can have sauce on your food, but you can't have that. It's not about going cold turkey from the start. Do you know what I mean?
But this is also why that particular client might have come to you, because he might understand what I need.
Yeah.
Same as Fadi, you're going to find people who look similar to you, coming to you, or want to look similar to you.
They don't look similar to me, bro.
Yeah.
He might. He's a bigger version of me. Tell him, Jase, not many people look like that. No, you're right. Look, I'm an Asian guy, South Asian. So people need to know, how is this guy staying in shape? You know, I still go to, my mum lives like 5 minutes up the road from me. I go there almost every day. We know the kind of cuisine we have. It's heavily, you might have seen it, might have been around it.
You know it. And
it's not fufu or anything like that. Is it fufu, is it? It's not that. But, it's the bread, the starch, everything's there. The oils, the spices.
Adds up. But you know
is-
how to eliminate that, because you've had that walk in life and got in shape.
But like I said, we take it back one step at a time. One thing I say to my clients at the start, I say to them when they say, what about seasoning chicken? And I'm like, put plenty of seasoning on it. And then ask them, send me a picture. And I go off that picture of if they've gone overboard with it. Yeah, like if it's too saucy.
I say use all your seasoning you want, but don't use the Nando's seasoning. Have you looked at the back of the Nando's seasoning?
Yes, sugar.
Jeez. Use what you want, just don't use Nando's. Like, what Nando's? You can use the sauce, but the seasoning is like crazy, man. Yeah. Crazy.
But I'd also say, look, the reason why you're probably successful is because you know the detail. You know the detail of a particular packet of seasoning. Yeah. You know the detail of someone's diet. So this is going to say, like, why you can provide.
And 9 out of 10 lifestyle clients use that Nando's seasoning, 100%.
Yeah.
Because Nando's, bro. Nando's at home. I'm making Nando's like Nando's fake away. Do you know what I mean? But that's what it is. And 9 times out of 10, I'll say to a lifestyle client, use all the seasoning you want, but please do not use Nando's seasoning. Yeah. Mate, I used to use a pack on a whole chicken breast. Like, I used to douse in it because you think like it's a nice treat, but it's becoming aware. Like, man, I get dudes sign up to me. Yeah, I go on the session on the weekend. All right, that's sweet. Just try not to do 10 pints. Try and do 4.
Yeah, that's what it's about. I think that's the key. We can't tell them to not stop
apart
drinking.
From my young lads that compete, obviously, people don't realise I'm 60%. So you look at my page, I'm 65% lifestyle.
I wouldn't have thought that. I thought you were mainly doing bodybuilders. No. But he told me recently. He said,
I did a count of 65% lifestyle, and the lifestyle clients, none of them eat 6 meals. Yeah. 5 meals. I don't like 4 meals because I just feel it's a long gap. And in my opinion, if you've got 4 meals, there's more urge to snack. Not saying that everyone, but I like to do 5 meals. Like,
what if it's a guy 60 kilos, 70 kilos? Is it still 4 small meals, or is it like?
Man, need to eat. Yeah. That's it. You need to eat 60 kilo. You need to eat. Yeah. 60 kilos. Like, again, like how much volume of food? If you're going to put on size at 60 kilo, eating 4 meals is a huge volume of food. Then you're probably going to run into digestion issues. Like in that case, that lifestyle client, I've probably got to break down. This is your goal. You got to probably eat a bit more around the clock. Do you know what I mean? Because so, like someone being 60 kilos as a male, it's a small male, and it's hard to become heavier without getting too fat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, I've got someone 57 kilos now. He's eating 7 meals a day. Because before me, he was eating 3 and it clearly weren't working.
What are you feeding him?
Let me guess, yes. Was he saying I'm eating loads?
Yeah, he was saying he's eating loads. And I said this to a girl today on a call. She was like, I'm eating loads. I said, every time someone says that in a review food, you're not eating a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But listen, it depends. Some lifestyle clients, like if you're 57 kilos and you're in a pot and size, yeah, you've probably got to eat 5 to 6 meals a day. If you're lifestyle in the office, yeah, we'll do 4 meals because you can't eat cold rice in the office. You don't want to eat cold. I give someone today, a security guy, I think when he started, he had like rice and chicken, and I was like, nah, man, let's do a whey and Botago now because you're on the go. It's security or something. Like, you can always make it work, but it's like, are you willing to, like, when you've done over 200-300 diets, someone says I can't eat this, I know what you can have instead. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a repetition, that's experience.
Yeah, you just know what they can have,
and that's why it allows someone. There's coaches out there just in the lower ticket, 150 quid.
Yeah.
And someone more expensive, you could be charging more because that eye of experience, that's what someone's paying for.
Yeah, they pay for your eye essentially, and not just your eye, just your guidance. I mean, like Nav yesterday, I was like, nah, man. See his Stripe payment come out today. Nav yesterday, I was like, you don't need TRT, and he was a bit like, what do you mean? I said, you just need to lose fat first. Let's get to 80. I said, let's lose another 6 kilos and have that chat.
Do you think they have that misconception that just because you're so big, you're going to say, yeah, let's go on to it?
Yeah, but I'm the most health conscious I've ever been.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've been...
What's made you health conscious?
I quit bodybuilding.
Why?
I thought, I did 10 shows. I was 132 kilo. My blood pressure was stage 1. I looked at it, put it back in the drawer. It must be broken. Do you know what I mean? But then when you stop, you become health conscious and you start to look at things with a different lens. And what I was doing then, my goals don't require that. And then when you stop doing what you was doing then, you realise not much has actually changed. Yeah. I'm not much weaker. My recovery's shit, but I'm like 10 kilos smaller, but I'm not that much weaker. And you realise, like, this is an extreme with not a lot given back. In terms of like what you were doing to your body, not a lot's actually given back.
And from your heaviest to now, what's the difference in food, amount of training?
Well, I never was one for. I always put everything down to genetics. Yeah. Whether you're eating food, whether you're good at cardio, whether you're good at lifting, whatever, everything's genetics for me. I always feel that.
Yeah.
And so for me was like I was never good at eating food. So even though I wanted to get big, it doesn't matter if I took gear or whatever. It wasn't that. The food intake for me was hard. So I'd set my plan out, right, I'm on it now. I'm going to put myself this... I'd write diets for myself. I even got our friend, Orion, to write as a diet once. And he set me a proper diet. I'm on it 3 days, bloated, stuffed, going to the toilet twice a day, 3 times a day, thinking... This isn't for me because you're trying to push your body to do something that it's not capable of doing. And I have to understand that if your genetic makeup doesn't allow it, don't keep pushing. I see guys out there at the minute as well who have the worst genetics, muscle structure-wise, and they think they can be Branch Warren. Just because the guy had bad genetics. The guy had amazing genetics if you look at his early years. They forget that the guy had a lot of injuries and his body kind of deformed a little bit because of the injuries. But you have to have genetics to add muscle. I've seen guys in front of me that will eat, get massive, and just pile it on till they say stop. For me, it was completely different. I could not eat the food. For
me, like, if I started eating properly, I'd have 10 kilos on in about 4 weeks.
See, me, naturally, I'm a skinny guy.
Yeah.
I'm a skinny guy, which gives me the ability to eat whatever I want, majority of the time, and stay lean. So as long as I'm hovering around 92, 93 kilo, I can be 10% body fat. And if I want to get into the extreme condition,
you just push
I push a little bit, do a bit more cardio, and I'm that's it. I've stepped into that realm where people will think, "Are you competing soon?" You know, but I don't want to. I don't care. It's not something. It doesn't appeal to me no more. So for me, it was that. I just thought I don't really. Well, first of all, there's no monetary benefit from it. I didn't see any.
There's no monetary benefit.
I didn't think.
When you get into, how can I word this? Being a coach of competitors and being friends who are heavily competitive, I've seen more breakups than competitors with competitors and people that compete than anything else. Like if you said, what group of friends have had the most breakups in their relationship? For me, it's been competitors.
I see it as well.
Why do they have a breakup?
Not like I'm not talking about me. Like I've always been, because I'm very conscious.
What do you think causes this?
You become self-indulgent as a competitor, and the competitors that deny it, they're just in denial. You become self-indulgent as a competitor, but as I say to people, you need to then be aware of that. My first relationship, I used to go to bed and I used to face the wall because I was fucked. It's not her fault I'm fucked. My last prep I did, the partner I was with, I was more conscious. Get into bed, hey babe, do you want to watch a film, make an effort? The more you do it, you become conscious, but we're very aware. Not many people are aware they're having them actions and it's having that detrimental effect. And that's where, in my opinion, a lot of relationships of people who are not just competing, but pushing to the extreme, whether that's CrossFit or stuff when, you know, fatigue gets low, you're dragging your feet and attitude gets in, that's where a lot of them end. And like you said to me, if my genre of friends, I've got different genre of friends, restaurant owners, like people in high pressure jobs, but I've seen the most breakup from my friends that are in the competing space.
No, that's true, because when I owned the gyms, it was the same thing as well. And I'm like yourself, I've got friends from all walks of life.
Yeah.
Majority of my friends, he'll tell you, are almost 50. They're like 15 years older than me, majority of the guys. And they're completely different in terms of like the way they live their lifestyle compared to bodybuilders. Especially when I was in the gym, I was around a lot of bodybuilders. That was one of the main reasons. You know why I wanted to compete? Or, well, I didn't want to compete. You know why I competed? Because I look at guys and say, he's shit, I'm better than him.
Yeah, that's how it does.
Because we're in the alpha male environment.
Yeah, I first competed because I saw a transformation of my mate. And I said, I can do that.
Same. That was
genuinely the first reason. I messaged my mate who posted it. My mate posted a transformation. I messaged him. I joined up with him.
You know when
I joined up with him in December. I competed in May.
Yeah. That quick?
Never.
Were you naturally already big? Did you have like a head start?
I used to play rugby. Remember, I was on uni scholarships rugby, so I've always trained. You know,
if you're an athlete, you're a competitive athlete, you're always going to think you're the best, and that's what it was for me.
For
I thought the same. I thought I'm good enough. I can do these guys. And when I did compete, I was doing them. Not like I wasn't.
Yeah.
So obviously, I knew that if I wanted to do that, when you can speak to the judges, my advantage, or not advantage, everyone has a strength, don't they? In a sense, mine was everything flowed. I never had no weak body parts, and I was in condition. So I could have taken it to that next level if I wanted to, but for what gain? I'm not gaining anything. And that's not something that I got up in the morning thinking, I want to be a bodybuilder, I want an IFBB pro card.
No, and that was never mine. Like, I was like, till probably 2016, I was like, what, people wear pants?
You know, I don't know if you remember this, Jase, or maybe not so much now, because now pro cards are giving out like handies.
Yeah.
But it was like IFBB Pro.
Yeah, it's
name
like the
in
British,
the bio.
The British in Nottingham, you'd go and make a weekend out of it, and you'd see guys that you'd only see on Instagram or at the time Facebook, and it'd be like, you know, is that King Khan sitting in the crowd? Like, do you know what I mean? You wouldn't even want to look that way, but now it's the norm.
Everybody is.
It's the norm, and it's diluted the prestigiousness, in my opinion.
Yeah, because they're giving out so many, and the reason why they're giving out so many is because the more people they can have on the roster, then it's better for them. Yeah. Imagine if the UFC the guys had to pay Dana White, he'd hire everybody.
Yeah,
he'd take everyone on. But the difference is the UFC are paying you. I know, granted, it's not a lot, but just from what I hear,
the ring girls are getting paid more than some fighters.
Well, they do, But this is, they look at the IFBB, right? Not knocking them or whatever, great federation, whatever it is. It's got nothing to do with me. But if I look at it from a business perspective, your competitors are paying to play. No other sport does that.
Yeah. It's
ridiculous if you think about it. But these guys think that this platform is going to get them the notoriety. Now, I know guys on a personal level, I'm not going to name anyone here, but he'll know, with 8 million subscribers on Instagram. 8 million. And I'm sat with him. Let's have a look. What's the deal? How much you making? What's going on? Nothing.
Yeah.
They're making off other platforms.
Yeah.
You know? But he's not even an IFBB pro, this guy. He's only just started competing this year.
It's crazy,
just for the laugh.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
They want that. We either can get that if they had a personality.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people say, when I compete and I do my prep,
I'm going to build a business.
I'm going to build my business. I hear this all the time. So, and recently I had someone say it to me, you know, next year when I compete, my business is going to really grow.
Listen,
wait,
I hear a lot of the time.
Just March.
No. I hear a lot of the time people say, you know, when I compete, my business is going to grow. In the world we live in, people don't care about how you look. They care what you can do for them. That's why, you know, if you see a transformation, you're more inclined to sign up. And I learned that very quickly. And my page now, it's like me every 3 posts and probably client reel, because I always said your Instagram's an Argos catalog. Open it up, fish out what you can do for me, close the book, inquire, take it to the till. Like when someone says to me, you know, I'm going to compete and build my business, great, granted, it might get you experience, but your clientele that are coming to you are probably not going to compete.
Yeah, they're not.
So it's quite irrelevant. So just don't worry about that. Show people your personality and what you can do for them.
That was a big thing as well. So could we just move on social media for a second? Yeah. So when I first went out there to start making content, which was in July, in August time, I thought, let me go out there to Thailand and make some content out there. Got out there and I was with some of the best top influencers in the world right now. You've got Noel Diesel, you've got Joe Linda, Seb, who's a very good friend of mine now as well. And I went there to kind of study it. And just on the off chance, I bumped into him, spoke to him, went out for a meal with him. Show me the way what you guys are doing exactly. And all it is, it's about, one, getting your face out there. And secondly, showing people your
Does
personality.
that no compete?
No.
And it's crazy. He looks crazy.
He doesn't compete. And at the time when he's in the off season now. Well, I say off season. He doesn't compete. He's a beast. Yeah. He is basically IFBB pros. There are IFBB pros that aren't as big as him.
And I don't follow him, but he gets reposted a lot. And that's what I say to guys. It's not about being a pro. It's like, build your business with your personality. Like, people buy into people. I know some people hate that. Like, people genuinely, in my opinion, buy into people rather than buying into bigger brands.
See, what it was for me, Jase, when I first started the whole talking about social media and being out there, putting your face out there. I was locally known, a few guys, whatever. Or if you're an Asian guy, you'll know me. Okay, this guy's got a good physique. And that's it. No one else knows. So you think, how do you do it? And for me, it was like, shall I post once a week? How many people are going to see it? 100 people are going to see me every single
daily,
week?
Because
400 people a month?
What happens is, if I see you daily, I might not go on your page every day, but on that Friday after seeing you 5 days in a row, I might be like, do you know what? I'm going to watch a few of his videos because I got time. Because you see the way I work, Fadi might post a video, I'll see it, I'll double tap it, but I won't watch the whole video. But he'll post, I'll see him daily. Then on a Friday when I got some downtime, I'll see one video, then I'll watch one, then I'll watch two, then I'll watch three, then I'll watch four. That's how I operate. I like block watch videos, if that makes sense. If Fadi had one video on that page, I'm off his page.
Yeah, there's nothing to look at.
I block watch videos, and I think a
there's
lot of
250
people
there now, though, Jase.
A lot of people. I don't think I've watched. I've watched about 25. But I think
even though you've seen one is good.
Yeah,
that's
you've seen one. Like when people used to say, "Oh, you post 3 times a day." I say, "Yeah, because the more times I'm seen, I'm in your head." The fact that like the way the Instagram algorithms works. I remember I went to Arnold's or whatever. And like 2 or 3 lads said, yeah, what do you do? You post 3 times a day. Well, I said, you 3 have come up to me and told me that, so it's doing. You might not have fucking liked it, but you've seen it. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes, like, naturally, like, don't worry about likes. Cause I don't like nothing on Instagram. I got in trouble too many times for liking girls' photos, so the like function mentally in my head is disabled. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I watch Fadi's content. I might not like it. That's not me. Oh, I'm a hater. I don't like it. Naturally, it's not something I do. So, but I've seen Fadi. Yeah, I've seen his latest video. I've seen his funny meme on his video. Do you know what I mean? But that's what you have to. Don't worry about the likes. Just say, do you know, I'm going to put out so much. I'm going to be seen.
That was my first thing at the start. When I first posted, he'll tell you, I wasn't looking at any likes. I wasn't looking at any followers or nothing. I was, as long as I'm out there. And then it got to the point where I started playing with myself in the sense, but not like that, not in the funny way. I started playing myself thinking, how can I get out there even more so that people will, you know what it is? No one likes to praise anybody, but people like to hate on something.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you a very important. This was the turning point for me. So I got this lad that came over to my house once, and at that time I thought I was new to the content game. I thought I need a videographer to record me content so I can make reels and all this kind of stuff. So around the back of my house there's these woods, and at the time I was doing a little bit of jogging, trying to get a bit fitter. And the jog, it took me about 20 minutes to do. I think it was about 2 miles, roughly 2 miles. Yeah. Got back, and as the guy was recording us walking back, I said, yeah, what was that about 20 miles in 20 minutes? I said this word. So he said, oh, well, you said 20 miles in 20 minutes. We'll cut that bit out. I said, no, keep that in. He's like, well, people are going to think you're an idiot. And I went, exactly. Put it in. The video was about a really good message. The video message was, try and earn your breakfast. Don't have your breakfast as soon as you wake up. Earn your breakfast. Great message for everybody. It's a great message. No one cared about the message. You know what they said in the comments? 100 comments were about, oh, who does this guy think he is, running 20 miles in 20 world record? And you know what I said? Reply to that? Exactly. That was it. And it pissed everybody off. And the more people it pissed off, the more the views came. 200,000, 300,000. The video's got 400k views right now, because people were annoyed about it. There was another video that's hit almost 1 million right now. You know that one, yeah? And all I did was I laid down and I said, these are some dumbbells. You lay back and you press them like this. This is on Facebook. And everyone's like, haha, show us with the 50 kilos then. Like, I can't press 50 kilo dumbbells. This scene I can bench 160. I can't press 50 kilo dumbbells. Okay. And I never posted anything. I just let the comments build up. Build up. And I annoyed everybody. What I did was then, this is psychology now, guys. This is golden advice. I didn't post a video of me laying down, showing them to press the 50 kilos 20 times. You know what I did? I got the 30 kilo dumbbells and I curled 30 kilo dumbbells and I went, whoever was trying to call me out with the 20 kilo dumbbells laying down, you think I can't do the 50 kilo dumbbells laying down when I'm curling 30 kilo dumbbells? Guess what the next comments were? And that video now has got 890k views on it. You know what the comments in that video were? Well, if you're going to do 50 kilo dumbbells, why show us the 30 kilo dumbbell curls? More people came onto the scene. More people joined the hate parade.
What platforms is TikTok?
This was on Facebook. More people joined the hate parade. So I read this quote in a book. It is better to be attacked and slandered, than to be praised.
Yeah.
You know? So I just thought it doesn't matter. People can praise me later. When people get to know who I am, more than a 30-second reel, on YouTube, it's long form. It's 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
But that's what we were sort of talking about.
I get zero hate on YouTube. People praise me on YouTube because that's me.
Because that's what we was talking about. Like, reels are a preview, reels are short form content, but the trust building is done when they get to YouTube. If someone watches you for 10 minutes, they're going to trust you.
Exactly.
They're not exactly going to trust you, but, you know, they've invested more time into you, whereas a reel
I can't play the heel. Look, I play the heel, right?
Yeah.
You know, the whole, if you watch wrestling, the heel's the bad guy, yeah? So I play the heel in a 30 to 60 second clip because that's what I want to do. I want to play.
They want the excitement. They get on the YouTube and they're like, oh, no, he's actually...
I want to play Ric Flair, Triple H, Rick Rude, all the guys I grew up watching. I want to play the bad guy. So they're like, oh, who the hell's this guy? Let's comment about it. I still get hate messages every single day today. But guess what? 6 months later, actually, I do agree with this thing. And do you know what I say to them when they start agreeing with me? I go, get your head out my arse. And they get annoyed even more. I have done this so many times. And then I screenshot it and then I share it onto my story. And everyone laughs and people enjoy it. And then the guy sees it and he's hating me again even more. Why? Because if you become a fan of mine, you've stopped commenting.
Yeah.
And now that I've hated you, even though you became a fan, now you're never going to not watch my videos and not comment. Yeah. And those guys that started praising me and I hated them back and I said, stop being on my side now. Go back to keep the same energy you had before. Yeah. They now commenting even more. It's so easy, bro.
Hilarious,
it's an easy game. And these people are sat there just annoyed and they say, why are you getting angry for? Why? Bro, I'm chilling. I know exactly what I'm doing.
This is your style, isn't it?
It's my style.
You know, not
it's
every,
a unique style,
it is a unique style. Not every coach, like standard...
Well, first of all, let me say this. This is not advice. Do not do this. I have the thickest skin known to man. This is not for everybody. This is a select few people that can do that. You know it. If you are going to get hurt by a comment on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere,
just log off.
Do not do this. I'll tell you, you will get... This is very dangerous. Jase, what I do is very dangerous because most people do not like that. I'll give you another example. I put a video on there about my daughter. And the reason why I put video being my daughter, she came in one day, I was recording.
I saw that. She
walked in.
I saw that.
She sat on my lap and I was ill that day.
Breakfast or
I was on breakfast. I was ill and I gave a video about if you're ill or feeling under the weather, what you should do. And she sat on the lap and she was talking. She said a couple of things. And I was waiting for someone to make a hate comment. And I'll tell you why, because I have no faith in humanity, first of all. And secondly, when that hate comment comes, I'm going to say to my daughter, come here, read this. What does it say about you? And she's going to say, yeah, it says that. What does it mean? And she's going to say, it doesn't mean anything because I've programmed her to not let these things affect her. And when those hate comments start coming through on her, she's going to be so immune to it. Yeah. By the time she's 10, 12, 15 years old, when she goes to school and people are picking on her, she's going to be like, this is nothing.
Yeah.
And people are soft nowadays. That's the issue. So again, go back to the same thing. It's not for everyone. Don't follow me.
No, it's true. So how long does it take? Roughly how long are your YouTube videos?
But so I make sure that...
Can you give us, for someone who wants to become... like prominent on YouTube, they want to. I'm
not trying to get into YouTube. I've got a few. I think I've got, I don't know, subscribers.
What tip can you give for someone who needs?
It's not. I don't want to be a YouTube superstar, but I want my client to be able to say, "I'm going to watch my coach today," or that long. So, what is your advice for me? Because I've got the videographers, but I want to not come away from that. But I also want to add long form on YouTube, just for trust building and having something to talk about with my client. How long should a video be?
Well, again, look, I'm no expert on it. I've only been doing it 3 months. I started in December. Well, I'll tell you the truth. I started in November. I posted 2 videos a week because that's what I could make. I knew I can. The thing was with me was, can I make the videos and so that they're easy for me to do? So when I did the reels, I initially did reels, 30 reels for 30 days. At day 15, I thought, this is a breeze. I'm going to do 1 a day, every day, forever. That's done. That was done. So I've got 200 backed up in my phone. So if you guys are sick of me, there's another 200 coming, And then when it came to YouTube, I thought, I'm only going to start YouTube when I'm ready to go all in on it. So November came, it was easy. I moved to Thailand. and I was like, okay, this is really easy for me to do. Pick a format that works. So the format for me was set the camera up in front of me and just talk. Now, my thing is, I don't like script. I can't do script.
Yeah, I can't do
so
script.
I wrote out a list of topics. So a topic could be...
Yeah, I just look at a topic and go.
Exactly. That was it. That's same thing for me. So I wrote out 100 topics. Literally, I sat there and I listed 1 to 100. I wrote out 100 topics. And then all I do is I look at it and I say, right, okay, today's topic is Oakwood furniture. Right, let's go. Oakwood furniture, well, that's it. You get on with it. So first and foremost, I thought, right, 1st December came, I thought, can I make a 10-minute video every single day? And the reason why 10-minute was this, YouTube works on watch hours. So if you make a video for 5 minutes, right, and I've done this and experimented it, and it is true. If you make a video for 5 minutes, people are only going to watch 50% of your videos anyway. So you've got a 2-minute watch time for that 5-minute video. If you made that same video drag out for 10 minutes, you'd get 5-minute watch time. Now, there's a point of no return as well. So you can't do a 50-minute video and expect people to watch 25 minutes because it gets a bit boring after a bit. You know, so 10-minute was the sweet spot that I learned. Like if you watch Mr. Beast, well, he's a bit of a different guy, but like at early days, or if you learn from certain guys that are out there that teach this stuff.
How long does it take to eat your breakfast? 5, 10 minutes?
Yeah, sometimes.
There
you go. That's it. Yeah. So 10 minutes was the sweet spot. So they range from 10 minutes to 15 minutes. Some of them have gone up to like 18 minutes, 19, but never over that. And I just thought, can I do that every single day? How do I do it? I come back from the gym. I set the camera up. I press record. It's done. And my tip was, my skill is, I don't edit because I don't mess up. You watch some of my videos.
Like all I would do is put an intro and then crack on.
That's it. And so the advice I could give anybody is this: give value, give advice,
give value. Yeah.
And then if you give enough advice, most people are going to be like, "Yo, I like what this guy's saying. I need him on my team. You know, I need him. I need this guy's number on my phone. I need to speak to him about something." And if you are an expert in what I feel I'm an expert in what I do, then they're going to be like, I need this guy.
Yeah.
I need him. And that's it. And then obviously they've made the link from there. The link's in the description. They're going to contact you. That's why I started YouTube. I don't want to be some YouTube.
What link is in your description?
So I have a website, FadiHussain.com.
Oh, yeah. So like
I sell programs on there. So I've got a link for each program in there. And then at the bottom is a consultation call. So you can click the link consultation call. It takes you straight to the homepage of my website. So not the homepage, the page where you purchase. It's just, you pay for the product and it's done. Very, very simple. And
they can pay for monthly coaching on that?
And Shopify tells me where they came from.
Yeah,
which is really good.
Cool
if I can just ask you about that. So are you looking at your analytics? Because I always suggest people look at the analytics. Or when they go on your website, are they getting lost? Are they clicking program? Are they clicking buy? Do you look at the analytics of that the Shopify provide you to optimize and improve your website?
Not enough. But yes, I know where they're coming, but I just know that I need to keep building. I'm still in the building stage.
I need to go to the toilet.
So I know if I keep building right now, eventually there will be a point where I'm like, okay, what money am I leaving on the table?
So everyone from online might just know you as an online trainer, online coach. They don't know you as a gym owner. So can you give us a rundown of your history of owning businesses from obviously a very young age? You've owned many gyms. Different countries, different continents. So give us a rundown of your history as a business owner.
How long have we got? Okay, I'm going to be very brief.
This is your time.
I'm going to be very brief.
This is your time now.
Right, okay. I'll be very brief. So I started off opening my own supplement shop. Not many people know that, I was 18 years of age at the time. It was a very small unit. I got the products. I can't remember where I got the products from, but it was some online company that I did the wholesale thing with. They sent me a catalogue, and I remember ordering £2,000 worth of product. That was it. And it didn't really last that long. It's just one of those things. Started it. I was training at the gym, and it was a spit and sawdust gym, like a bodybuilding type styled gym. I really liked it. It just so happens the guy, he's a very good friend of mine today, the guy who sold me the gym. He said, I'm selling up. Something's happened. I'm not going to get into it. He just couldn't run it for whatever reason. This is the price. I looked at it and I thought, I can't afford this, but I'm sure I can get the money together if you give me a couple of weeks. He says, okay, no worries. I borrowed the money from here, from there. I thought, okay, I'm going to open this gym. Eventually bought the gym off him. As I bought the gym off him, the lease on that unit, now this is nothing to do with the person who I bought the gym off. The lease on that unit was running out. Well, it wasn't running out. The guy was just being a bit funny at the time, and he didn't want a gym to be there. So I had to find another unit, sign a new lease, move the kit from there to another unit. And that was the first kind of like introduction I had of owning a gym at the age of 19, 20 years old. So from there, fast forward, I opened another gym in 2012, which under the name of Iron Athlete. There was one site, then we moved it to another site, then we moved it to a third site, then we opened the big mega gym in Rotherham, Iron Athlete Gym, which was 12,500 square foot, which is now known as Ultraflex. And then I moved to Pakistan. I opened a big mega gym there as well, which was 8,000 square foot. And at the time in Pakistan, no other gym was like it. We got all imported equipment. So I've, in the UK, had staff, 20 people working underneath me. I had 5 business partners at one time in the Sheffield and the Rotherham site. And same with Pakistan, I had about 20 odd staff there as well. So I think I know a thing or two about the gym business.
What made your gyms work? What made them grow?
Me. No. So obviously you need to know the market. That's the first thing. You need to know the market. At the time, it was a passion project. So when you have passion for something, you can make a business work if you know the business side of things as well. So it can't just be passion, but it starts off with a passion. So. Yeah.
When I'm speaking to most gym owners, they're really passionate about fitness, but they lack business acumen. That obviously, this is why my company comes into play and helps them guide them through that process. But what gave you the business knowledge? What made your business success?
Yeah, so right now, if we're counting, it's 7 gyms. So I've opened and sold 7 gyms all over the world. Now, I've done it 7 times. So I've not failed 7 times, but I've had many failures along the way. There's so many little things that go into opening a gym business, like signing the lease, arranging the bin collection, hiring staff, that I feel that if somebody was there to guide me, maybe those things would have gone a little bit smoother. So obviously, if you are into the business of opening a gym, then I would suggest you get someone to consult you on it.
So what's your opinion and your take on motivation when it comes to clients?
So when it comes to clients' motivation, the first thing is the goal.
Yeah.
They need something to aim towards, because if you don't aim towards something, you're going nowhere. It's simple as you can't have a client say, I want to lose some weight. So I always get him to pick a weight, a goal weight, or if you've got a wedding planned, if you've got some sort of an event planned, if you've got a holiday planned. So I put them in the future. That's what I do. So classic example, one of my clients, he said, I'm going to the Rixos in Dubai with my missus, my newborn daughter. I want to go there. And I said, well, you picture yourself on the beach in 6 months, walking down that beach, 6-pack, eat what you want in the morning, you with your missus. Put them visually in that headspace, because they've never been there. They've never even seen that themselves. So for them, that's the motivating factor. And I agree with motivation, what you're saying is like, right, I'm on it, let's go and kill this, the whole David Goggins, let's go and, let's go and fire and shout at each other. That doesn't work. It doesn't work, because it wears thin after a bit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to someone today. I said, like, I think I put up a post today, like, when I say, don't worry about motivation, be a savage, I'm not talking about go out and be a hunter. I mean, be savage in your pursuit to adhere to your plan and achieve your goals, because motivation is fueled by emotion. And what happens when you feel shit? I've had an argument with the missus not going to a gym today. But when you're savage in your mindset to, I want to get to that end goal, whatever comes in your way, you'll make sure you get to the gym. And, you've been there in your early days working 18-hour shift, and you've been so relentless to your goal because it's realistic. You've worked an 18-hour shift, you've gone to the gym at 1 a.m. So I always say to guys, don't solely rely on motivation. Be a savage in terms of your adherence to your plan.
So my thing is very similar, but I have this thing, and it's actually my new. Shall I mention it here? It here?
Yeah, go for it.
So this is my new business, Warrior Mind, WM.
Nice.
Yeah, it's. I'll tell you the products on it. They'll be launching very soon. Warrior Mind. That's the new logo. So you got an exclusive there, bro. Okay, so Warrior Mind, Warrior Mindset. You shouldn't always feel happy. You shouldn't always feel motivated. You shouldn't always feel those nice emotions, those endorphins rushing around. So when people are, and I program my clients all the time, I always have that word with them. I give them that tough talk of, we need to feel pain a little bit. We need to go through the suffering. We need to make sure we're going through all that hardship to get to the goal. I feel that is more motivating in saying, right, let's go and kill it now. Let's go and do this. Do you get what I mean? It's a different mindset.
It's a different mindset.
So we're not, and it's very, kind of, you can call it like, it's not counterproductive. I don't think it is. I think my method works. And that's why guys are coming to me, because I've got that. It's a bit of a stoic mindset. Don't let anything bother you. So someone will say, I'm hungry. I'm like, why are you hungry? How much have you been eating? What have you been eating?
The outside, I see that as alpha.
Yes.
And I feel like people thrive to be alpha.
Exactly.
Even if you're naturally introvert, people strive to be alpha. Like you're an introvert, but the way you strive to be alpha is why I work around the clock.
Yeah.
That's an alpha trait.
Yeah.
Alpha trait's not just physically, it's mentally as well.
The other thing as well, Jase, you know, when you say to someone, okay, let's say you do an hour on the Stairmaster, it's a hard thing.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing, right? So rather than saying to someone, right, you've got to motivationally, let's go and kill this hour on the Stairmaster, let's go and smash it, and they're up the Stairmaster, we've got to finish it. Whereas if I say to somebody, you've got to endure the suffering, get on that Stairmaster, doesn't matter if it's for an hour, half an hour, however long it is.
Yeah, I had
the mindset shift that they've got, knowing that, oh shit, this is supposed to hurt.
Yeah.
Fadi said this is going to hurt. Fadi said we're going to suffer doing this. Now I'm doing something right.
Yeah, I had a lifestyle client sign up. I said, bro, you got to do 25-minute stairs. And he said, I couldn't do it. It was too hard. And I just said, you're not going to die.
Pathetic.
Nah, you're not going to die. The next day he did the whole 25 minutes. Said, bro, that wasn't as hard as I thought.
So it's a different mindset shift.
It's the mindset.
But your approaches are so different, where you gave encouragement through very different language.
But you see, the thing is, I programmed that at the start with them, so they know where I'm coming from. So a lot of my content at the minute, if you do follow my YouTube, I don't know whether you do or not, but I talk a lot about this mindset. And if you go into my playlist, it's called Warrior Mindset. The playlists are all in there.
Yeah.
And I talk about how you should, men should never cry. I talk about this, and I know many people have, dead against it. We need to be emotional. All this. There's a time and a place to cry. I just don't believe it should be so normal for guys right now.
Yeah.
It's become normal for everybody to cry, which I think is a little bit of a downfall of society, but that's a whole nother topic, a whole nother podcast. We can't touch on that.
I want to ask you, when is it okay to cry?
For me, never.
Yeah, I think.
But
I can tell you why.
I want to dispute that.
Okay, I'll tell you why.
Me and Fadi are similar here, because I'm a strong believer, and I've got a partner. My partner will tell me men need to be men.
Yeah, Jase, let me tell you something. I'm assuming this. Are you a father?
No.
Okay, so all right. So I am a father, right? 6 years old. My daughter sees me as the most authoritative figure in the world. She doesn't know if God exists or anything like that, yeah? She sees me as the guy, yeah? I'm the guy she can go to at any time in her life when shit hits the fan. If she ever saw me weak or crying, am I that pillar of strength still? She's not. She needs the guy. She needs someone. Some guy's going to break her heart. She needs a dad. She needs someone like me. So I have to do it. If I have to do it for anybody, I have to do it for her. And if I've got a missus, or if I've got a girlfriend or I'm married, whatever, you've got to think, do you want to be the shoulder for them to cry on and the pillar that holds up the family, or are you going to be the emotional guy?
But on the opposite side to what you're saying, because I'm not very emotional and thinking, I need to cry, but I do think sharing emotion is a strength. That's what I think. I think it could be a strength in sharing emotion.
For me, it's a weakness.
So if you ever saw your parent cry, your dad cry, would you have thought less of him as a child, or would you felt closer to him in a connection way?
Lesser. So this is the thing. So I learned this off my dad.
Yeah.
And you've met my dad as well. He is the most stoic guy you will ever meet. I have never seen my dad have any type of emotion. He's never happy. He's never sad. I've seen both of his parents passed away. Never seen him cry. Never want to overly shower us. There's three. I'm the youngest. I have a brother and a sister. He's never been one to come in, give us a hug, give us a kiss. Jase, I can be. I mean, I'm not saying I've done great things, but as an Asian parent, parents like, make sure you become a doctor, make sure you do this, and I'm like, Dad, I ain't more than doctors now. Doctors are my clients. You know, the joke about it. I never get the pat on the back.
Yeah.
I never get the seal of approval, and I like that
because you chase the seal of approval.
Well, it's not that I chase it, but I never expect it from my dad because I know he's never gonna give it.
So you chase more.
Exactly. There you go.
You chase more.
So I've been brought up around that environment. Why was my dad like that? I don't know. He was away from his mum and dad at a very young age. He came to the UK.
I think that builds great character. And like I said, me and my missus are firm believer men should be men. Yeah. If I come in on a Monday and I said to my missus, I've clocked off at 12, I've not done work, she'll say, what are you doing? She says to me, if I say, babe, let's have the evening off, she'll say, what are you doing? A man should be a man. And I go in her house, and her dad he's Greek. He's a man's man, and do you know what I mean? So it's one of them things. There, it's like I still believe men need to be men.
Yeah. Cultures are very important, and I think the Western society, the Western culture at the minute is just okay. Let's all be emotional. Let's all be emotional. Let's talk about emotions because that's what men do. It's not what men do. It's not what men have done for centuries. You know, some of the top guys who we talk about today, like the Prophet Muhammad, or we talk about, I'm not going to say this is, I'm not Kanye West over here, but Hitler. Is Hitler crying anywhere? Is Stalin crying anywhere? Do we have any footage of Stalin crying anywhere? No. Do we have any record of Genghis Khan crying anywhere? Alexander the Great crying anywhere? Marcus Aurelius, did he say he cried?
Is Andrew Tate crying right now? Huh? Is Andrew Tate crying
right now in prison?
You've got all in. You've got all in here. Okay, so I want to wrap up today. I think if I invite you down, both of you again, I think there's other topics away from fitness that you've clearly started that you want to unravel and you want to talk into. So I want to give you the opportunity to talk about them in the future. So thank you both for coming, and we'll bring this again for round 2.